Hello, hello! Welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Vampire the Masquerade Burn It Down. I am your storyteller, Scott, and these are my lovely players for the evening. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Uh,
Hello.
so let's allow them to introduce themselves.
Hi there. My name is James Davey. I'll be playing DJ Second Sight, aka Alex Mars.
Blah, blah.
Hey guys, my name is Dylan. I'm playing Madison Faircloth, a Ventrue anarch who is deeply steeped in a lot of interesting double, triple, quadruple cross kind of plot right now.
Oh, shit.
Hi, I'm Mo. I'm going to be playing Willow Walsh, and she has some goodies in her trunk tonight.
Indeed, she does.
What did you guys do
Oh,
while I was
you'll
gone?
find out.
Oh
no.
no!
Before we get there, I just want to say I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, me too. It was an impulse. I'm sorry.
Well,
Things got weird.
Flashback. All right, guys, I have business meetings all night tonight, so just lay low and be cool, okay?
Oh, we all just like nod, looking at our phones, like sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Our fourth player, McKenna, who plays Cadence of Clan Gangrel, will be joining us after the break. But for now, as intimated, there's some shit did go down. But for now, we're going to rewind back to the start of the evening with Madison, who wakes up before any of his companions. The first thing I'd like you to do, Madison, is give me a rouse check for your nightly hunger.
Ye old rouse check. I'm good at clicking buttons. I passed.
You passed. Excellent. So you keep the beast in check as you reanimate yourself for the night. But as you do so, you find that your thoughts are sort of wrenched. You find yourself thinking of one of your coterie mates. Which one I leave up to you, based guided by your Valdery ratings. But I'd like to know who that thought is of and what that thought is.
Let's check my Valdery ratings. So the only person I've got a 2-2 is Cadence, so we're gonna say it's Cadence.
Okay.
And we're gonna say that he wakes up with a somewhat vivid notion of her being in danger.
Okay.
Like in physical danger.
Yeah, that thought just sort of spikes in your head.
Just reaches for his gun.
You notice she's not here. Like you're thinking through the last few moments of last night. You know she went to the bathroom, while Alex and Willow are in this sort of bed area with you. So you can very quickly and easily check in on her in the bathroom. She's there. She's fine. And your phone starts to vibrate with the now that it's gone off do not disturb. It goes off with some notifications.
Of course it does.
You have two things that sort of pop up. One is a reminder that you've set, and the other, it looks to be a series of messages that you've received, mostly from a single number.
Oh, what's the reminder? That's the simple part.
The reminder is that at 3 a.m., you have a meeting with the Archbishop.
Right, yeah.
They have
that thing.
He has given you basically a street address or more like GPS coordinates that can be easily associated with a street address in the southern part of your territory.
But it is in our territory.
It is that the location is in your territory,
Okay.
and yeah, that is what you have regarding that.
Okay.
And as you go through the messages, you have a couple from sort of regular people that you're in contact with for maintaining your influence over the area, just here and there. But the one that has like the most messages in it is a message. It's something that you haven't touched base on in a while. Basically, it's something that you have to keep track of Willie.
Oh no, Willie.
Yeah. So
What the fuck did you do, Willie?
you basically get some. Basically, the tenor of what you get is the messages aren't from Willie himself. They're from just someone that you have keeping tabs. And he says basically what you surmise very quickly is Willie's in the hospital.
Fuck.
Something happened to him late last night, and they've been sort of pinging you regularly to let you know that he's in critical condition, and as you're sort of noticing that your companions are rousing, something in you starts to feel really anxious about this, and you basically send a message on the group chat letting them know that you have to go take care of something. So you don't actually have you don't want to expose them to this. There's something in you that makes you want to just go and deal with this and not have to risk talking to them about it.
He just leaves a message that says Grandpa's in the hospital.
Okay, great. So that is what you have to take care of. What is your current hunger rating, by the way?
1. I'm
1.
feeling great.
You're feeling perfectly fine. So with that sort of that information at your disposal, what are you going to take care of?
I'm going to the hospital?
Okay.
Like, no question.
Okay. Now, why don't you tell the viewers and your fellow players a little bit about Willie?
Really?
Yeah, so Willie is a disabled veteran. Madison and Dylan don't really know a super lot about his background, since that's not actually really what their bond comes from. But, like a lot of veterans, he was heavily disenfranchised and eventually found himself in dire straits in Chicago. And Madison, one night after some verbal, tete-a-tete with some other anarchs, got basically accused of talking the talk and not walking the walk. He basically got well, you're just some fucking uppity Ventrue. What have you ever fucking done for anybody? And it just really got to him that night. And Willie was a man who happened to be on his way home, and Madison kind of on a whim just stopped and sat down and talked with him basically all through the night. And then from there on decided that to remind himself that he isn't just some piece of shit Ventrue who talks and never does anything, that he would personally make sure that this guy got treated the way he deserved to be treated, with dignity and with an opportunity to have a decent life. So
yeah, I mean, with your assistance, either directly or from the sidelines, he got up on his feet, like not literally, but he definitely got himself established, and you pulled some strings to make it a good idea for him to move to Atlanta around about the same time you did, maybe a little earlier, and you haven't kept tabs on him very much since he's gotten here. You've been busy. But yeah, you got this string of messages, and he's at Grady, so you're gonna have to make your way there.
Whose territory is that in?
I believe that is. Let's say it's Anarch territory. I'm not gonna look at the map right now, but let's just say it's Anarch territory. It's somebody has a stake in it, but you're not too chuffed about it.
He'll send a courtesy message with no details, just like, "Hey, FYI, I'm passing through your territory tonight. Nothing. It's not important. I'm just coming on through."
Cool.
But
yeah.
Just so you know.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So how do you approach the hospital? Are you just walking in like you're a visitor, or what's your plan?
Well, I'm gonna summon up Blush of Health, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So let me give that a roll. That's one rouse check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to re-roll it at blood potency 1, I believe.
Yep. I don't know. I think it's just a straight re-roll.
Okay. Well, regardless, I failed. So.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you get a little hungrier as you push the blood into.
Oh, it's from humanity that I get to re-roll.
That's
Sorry.
right. Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go then.
Yeah, so let's see if my being a good person pays off this time. It does.
Good times.
Woohoo.
You're a good person.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a whole song about that from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
We didn't murder those Assamites, so I don't have to get a hunger point here. It's all one big fucking circle.
Yeah. So you are you just walking in through the visitor entrance? What's your
Yep.
plan?
He's basically his plan is to just, he's gonna take off. He's not gonna wear the super nice clothes, right? He's just wearing. He looks like generic low to middle manager businessman number 73.
Mm-hmm.
And is just gonna basically walk in and just go right up to the desk.
Okay. There's a sort of haggard looking young man who's manning the desk tonight. He says, how can I help you, sir?
Hey, I got a call earlier that Willie Burns has been hospitalized here, and I would like to visit him, please.
He taps some things on his computer. He says, yeah. What's your relation to the patient?
We are co-alumni.
Okay. And your name?
I can't remember what my mask's name is, but I have a 2-dot mask, so
Okay.
I select a name from my repository of safe names.
Now, would you have made any efforts to sort of make a legitimate connection between him and that mask?
Probably. I mean, I also have Mask Cobbler, so
Okay.
it would be pretty trivial to have done that
so,
at some point.
So it's reasonable that name would be on a list somewhere. He says, yes, sir, we can, it'll be a little bit. The police are talking with him, or trying to talk with him.
What do you know what happened?
I don't know. The police came in with him.
Okay.
Something we're not. I don't have that information on file. You'll have to talk with them.
I totally understand. Sorry, I'm not trying to put you on the point. Can I give you my number and get a call back?
He says, yeah, certainly. We can do that. You can go to his ward. You'll just have to deal with the police there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do that. I really want to see him.
Great. Right. He essentially gives you a pass, and tells you where to go.
Cool. And like before, he's just gonna basically stride right on down that way.
Okay. So yeah, you get to his ward. It's basically one of their ICU areas, and you follow the directions pretty easily until you find sort of an area that there are a few police officers sort of waiting outside this curtained area, and one of them is talking with a nurse, and you're pretty sure that's what's up.
Yeah, so Madison will kind of hover around visibly, but wait in a manner that is polite and appropriate.
Okay.
Just kind of like makes eye contact with one of the officers, but doesn't interrupt their speaking with the nurse.
Yeah, no, you make eye contact with him, and he actually like pauses and looks to the other officer and motions over to you. And she walks over to you. She gets up and she walks over to you and says, "Can I help you, sir? Do you know this man?"
Yeah. My name is Nathaniel Burns. It's nice to meet you. I'm sorry. Is he okay?
There was a break-in at his house last night, and we're not entirely certain what happened, but he's pretty badly injured. Do you have any information that could help us with this? From what I understand, he's coming in and out of consciousness.
I mean, I don't know who would, I'm sorry, this is all very, I don't have any idea. I mean, what happened? How bad is it? Is he going to be okay?
He sort of looks over the nurse and says, who are you to this man? Like, what's your relationship with this guy?
That's my uncle.
It's your uncle, okay. And like he talks to the nurse. He goes over to the other officer and the nurse, talks for a little bit. The nurse basically pulls up whatever information they have to confirm that. and then he comes back over to you and says, "Okay, all right, that checks out." Yeah, I mean, from what we can gather, uh, late last night, like just before morning, some guys broke into his house and uh, beat the shit out of him and stole a bunch of his stuff.
Why him?
Well, we've actually had some contact with Mr. Burns here. He's been working with us over in Edgewood to clean up the area, and we think that this might be a retaliation.
Oh, well, I had no idea that he was helping out with something like that. I mean, that's okay. I guess that. Can I talk to him?
He says you'll have to talk to the nurse about that.
He just looks directly at the nurse,
The
like
nurse
instantly.
says like, why don't you come in with me and we'll see if how he's feeling.
Okay. I really want to at least see him, but
Okay.
whatever you think is best.
Yeah, so the cops, one of the cops goes to get some coffee. The other one stays on the other side of the window, and the nurse takes you in to this sort of curtained off area. It's not like an individual room. There are multiple beds
Right.
in this area, but they seem to have cleared it out, given that it's related to an act of crime, and these cops seem to actually know this guy. So you think they might have pulled some strings
Right.
to get him on his own. And yeah, you see him, and he looks rough. Like one of his eyes is completely swollen shut. You can tell that under the bandage that they've put on top of it. He looks like he's been worked over pretty hard. They've got him on a respirator, IV drip. It looks pretty rough.
Holy shit. Is he conscious when Madison enters?
His eyes are kind of fluttering a little bit. He doesn't look. He looks kind of. You could probably say he's somewhere in between consciousness and unconsciousness right now.
Gotcha. Madison will hesitate for a moment before moving closer to him, just to see if the nurse stops him.
The nurse keeps very close eye on you, but
Mhm.
doesn't stop you from going up to him.
Yeah, Madison is just gonna go basically grab whichever of this guy's hands isn't wounded. Hopefully.
There's one that has. It looks wounded, but it doesn't look like the fingers, the hand are broken. The other one most certainly is.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of gently grab that guy's hand and kind of like hold it with one hand and put his other hand over it and be like, "Come on, you tough old bastard! You've seen worse than this, right?"
Give me a charisma persuasion roll.
Yeah. Do I get any bonus for him being my touchstone?
I don't think you do.
Is that a thing?
I don't
Okay.
think you do. I think that's the sort of thing you don't get a bonus on because
Right.
you're supposed
Well,
to.
I
be
got a
fragile.
success.
A success.
Yeah.
So yeah, he seems to.
Wait,
Like-
hold on. That's wrong. I hit the wrong button.
No problem.
I rolled 3 dice instead of 4. I got 3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah. So you can tell like your voice. It's familiar. It's important to him, and it just sort of cuts through the fog, and his eyes just sort of slowly open and focus, and
Oh, fuck.
you can tell he's awake now.
Madison just kind of like nods for a minute, nods to the nurse a little bit, and then kind of looks at him like, "Hey."
He squeezes your hand, and like kind of sub-vocalizes, but he's got a respirator in, so it's real hard for him to communicate.
I will turn on Auspex heightened senses hearing.
Okay, yeah. You're able to. He says the name. You can eke out that he's like trying to say the name that he knows you by. And like there also like snippets of profanity.
Yeah, man. Fuck those guys, he says, as he's kind of like, he's, even though he doesn't have to, he is going to at least lean over to give the appearances of needing to get close to hear what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's going to be all right. You just worry about getting better, okay? The officers out there, they're definitely looking into whatever happened, and if somebody had it out for you, then I swear to God, they're going to fucking find that guy.
He like gets up a little bit.
Oh, hey.
He's not like trying to sit up. He's just sort of trying.
Madison is still, and he's just like, whoa, come on, like.
And he kind of brushes you away a little bit, and he just sort of through the respirator and with your ears, he can just say. He kind of ekes out. Bunks can't kill me.
That's damn right, Willie. That's right. It's not gonna happen.
He says, and you can see his eyes start to flutter back again as he sort of settles back down, and he kind of before he kind of falls back, his eyes just kind of dart with a bit of intensity over to where his clothes have been placed on a chair beside the bed, and then he just falls back to unconsciousness.
Madison's gonna kind of like give a half nod and just immediately shift his focus to what he looked at, just kind of trying to like prevent any real opportunity for the nurse to object by flowing from his indication into the action of investigating it so seamlessly.
Okay. Go ahead and please just give me a double manipulation roll, please.
Okay, I will. I'm real good at that. I got a ooh. Oh. So I have a bestial crit.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Would you like to spend a willpower?
I have a bestial crit on trying to be subtle. That's weird.
Maybe.
I totally want to see what that is. I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's almost like a
Yeah, so I have like 7 successes total on trying to bamboozle.
Yeah. So you just kind of you look this nurse over. She's a slightly older woman, probably middle-aged, and you're not sure what you do. Something about just the way you hold yourself, the expression of just worry and anxiety and grief. She's just struck by an empathy bomb, and she goes out. She just walks out of the room like trying to contain tears. And you are alone with him, with Willie and his clothes.
All right, so Madison is actually legitimately super upset, but he's going to drop the performative layer of his shakiness and focus on getting and figuring out. Because right now, Madison's brain pan is, I'm going to figure out who did this, and then me and my Nightborn bros are going to go and fucking break every bone in their goddamn bodies.
Okay.
So that's the forward track that's going on in Madison's head right now.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're going over to his clothes?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I mean, you're by yourself, so you can essentially rustle through these things with impunity.
Yeah, he's still gonna, he's gonna do the least amount possible to find something of notice because he doesn't want it to be super obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But he's definitely just kind of like, foop. In fact, I'll even roll that as part of the bestial crit that he's just like, oh, I'm just an invulnerable fucking god among men. Nobody would ever question me. I'm going to do whatever I want.
And he
just goes for it.
So yeah, you rustle through his stuff.
This all belongs to me. All of it, including the people.
Yeah. You rustle through it, and you basically find a small notebook that's in his sort of back pocket. And, you just page by page start scanning through it. And it's detailing out sort of organizational notes of his the sort of neighborhood watch that he's been establishing, and sort of the criminal elements that he's been applying his because he was an MP over in Iraq, so
Okay.
he knows this sort of shit. So he's sort of applying those skills to trying to tackle the criminal element of the area that he's in, which is actually pretty close to where you live. Because that's how that works. And yeah, you see a couple of just names that he's jotted down that are sort of basically people of interest in the area.
How long is the notebook? Like, how many pages of content?
It's about 30 pages of content. It looks like he's been working on this for at least a couple of months.
So what Madison's going to do is he's actually going to pull out his cell phone, and he's going to take 30-second video and just kind of basically flips through on camera and stops on each page for about a second.
Okay.
Or the equivalent of taking 30 pictures.
Sure. Yeah,
is
absolutely.
What he's going to do.
You can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
When you're about 3/4 of the way through, you get a message from Willow.
I'm going to dismiss it and finish my video, and then open it up another 7 seconds later.
Please finish your video.
Yeah. So, Willow, can you remind us the message that you sent to Madison last game?
Yeah, what message was that, Willow?
So at one point last game, I was looking into the task that Nikki asked us to do. And, I found some names and sent them, or I found like a document talking about the break-in, and it's very related to that, and I sent it to everyone to whom it felt relevant, and Willie's name is on it. I'm sorry.
Madison just kind of like, he just like closes his eyes for a moment. Just without even opening the eyes, he slides the notebook back into his pocket. He puts his pants back down on the nightstand. Takes a deep breath. Looks at Willie and under his breath just says, "I'm gonna kill every one of those motherfuckers."
One of the policemen comes in, and luckily you don't think he heard what you just said. But he comes in and says, "Is there anything that you can tell us about this? Do you?"
I mean, I haven't. I didn't even know he was working with you guys. So, I mean, he was in the service, so I guess that's not too surprising. And he was in Iraq. I'm sorry, I don't. What would help you? Why don't you?
What we're concerned about is, like I said, we think that this might have been a retaliation for the good work he's been doing trying to clean up Edgewood with us. And whoever these guys are, they're real good at covering their tracks. I mean, we can get some street level guys, but we know there's someone behind them. And we haven't been able to find anything relating to them. So if anything that your uncle here has told you, like even if you don't think, he goes in and he gives you a card. He says, if there's anything that you can think of, or if you find out anything, please let us know, because this is a good man here, and we want to see. We can't let this go.
So I mean, I know this is kind of sounding really weird, but one of my old school buddies is a PI. Do you mind if I pay him to help you?
We don't mind. Please get him in contact with us before he starts doing anything on this.
Yeah, no, he's very good. He's really good, and I just want to help you guys, because I really, whoever did this has to be brought to justice. This is terrible.
We agree. We agree, sir.
Okay.
There's another hospital staff sort of comes in and says, "I'm sorry, sir, but we need to take him in."
I should clear out of here anyway. I'm just in your guys' way. And he'll step out basically with no, like, even before the guy's finished saying why he needs to leave, Madison is already like, okay, I'm just gonna get out of the way, out of the door, or out the curtain.
Sure. Yeah, you get back out into the ICU. You're kind of you're subtly escorted out into the sort of the main waiting area. Once your business is done, and what are you gonna do now?
I'm a head on home and make some phone calls to my PI buddies.
Okay. So you head back.
They're not PIs.
Yeah. So who exactly are you calling?
I'm calling up all 4 dots worth of my fucking Duskborn allies.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
They owe me, and they are exactly the right level of guy that can probably handle some mortal assholes that beat up my fucking homie Willie. So.
Okay. All right. So you're getting in contact with them.
Yep.
Well, I was going to go back to Alex and Willow, but so yeah, you get in touch with them. They let you kind of know that they are engaged at the moment, but they will be meeting up with you or getting in contact with you very soon.
Sounds good. In the meantime, he is going to go through his Rolodex of masks, find another one that, has at least feasible credentials for acting as a PI, and send an email from the email address that is associated with that mask to the email address on the business card.
Okay. Yeah, no, you arrange that pretty expertly to make sure that, the I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
It's my thing.
Yeah. Obviously, when you get home, the rest of the coterie aren't here.
He barely even processes it. He's like,
gotcha.
Nothing weird. They're just out doing their own thing. I got to do my thing.
Yeah. So you spend some time getting that back together. Let's see here. Love for Alex to come back. But yeah, so after a little bit, wait.
Wait for it.
He's back.
He's back. Fantastic.
Oh no. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
But okay, so Alex and Willow, you guys are in an Uber. Willow, you have just shot a phone out in front of a club, basically out of some dude's hand. Well, no. Yeah, Alex had pulled the phone out of the guy's hands, thrown it on the ground, and you shot it.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
And then the two of you got into the Uber that was waiting, and
then left.
And basically got him to.
I'm throwing out like $100 bills in this guy's lap.
He is happy about that, and he's more than willing to put the pedal to the metal, and start making his way down the street. He says, I'm not asking any questions here because money's money, but like, just for my edification, what kind of trouble are we in here?
Oh, none. I was destroying my own property. That guy was trying to steal my phone.
That
There's
is
a lot
how.
of sensitive information on there.
That is how the law of the United States works.
I look back into the back seat like, what?
He's like, sure. He kind of is like pawing at the $100 bills and like sort of getting them together, and like he's like, you're right. I think that's exactly how that works.
It
is good being an American from America.
Yes, it is. And so
I keep looking. I like keep looking in the
Where-
mirror, like.
he's like, where do you want me to go?
Actually, what I'd like for you to do is I want him to drop me off somewhere else,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna get another Uber to another place.
Okay. So
we're
how
we're
far do
leaving
you
this
want him
guy.
to go?
Somewhere maybe a little closer to our territory. Though you said that the
No,
club itself
you are
wasn't
currently in your
far.
territory.
Yeah. So I think we're going to a couple miles away.
A couple miles away.
Yeah, a couple miles away. I have him like drop us off in like front of like a diner or a bar or something, and be like, "All right, we're good here." You know.
Okay,
See you
so
later.
while you're telling him this, you see him kind of automatic, like you think it's kind of on autopilot, like entering in where you want to go into his little GPS.
Hey, can you actually say that you took me somewhere else?
That's real complicated. Why don't I just cancel this and we can just drive?
That sounds good. I say, opening my wallet. That sounds
We're
good.
all on the same page here.
I like what I hear.
Like drive to the aquarium or something.
That I can do.
I like the aquarium. It is a
We're-
good place where we store American fish.
She's trembling a little bit as she reaches into her wallet, like, why is he talking like that? What the fuck? She's just
Yeah,
like, yeah,
so,
no. After this, drop me off here, but go to the aquarium.
I can do that too. That's fine.
Thanks.
So yeah, he does it. He cancels the fare, and gladly drives you where you want to go, which is yeah, it's like a diner, kind of in the middle area of your territory.
Mm-hmm. As I'm like, okay, Alex, let's go. We're gonna like walk around a little bit, and then we're gonna head out.
Sure.
Okay.
From the way you're looking at me, I think you may be telling me with your eyes to shut the fuck up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Please shut the fuck up.
Right. All right.
Put on
No,
your
I-
hood and get out of the car for a second.
No, I get it. I do. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Once he gets out of the back, I look over at the guy and I'm like, hey,
He's like,
I like your tattoos. We should talk. I like your tattoos. We should talk. Do you want my number?
absolutely, I do. This has been the most entertaining night I've had in a long time.
Okay, we can have some fun sometime. And I give him a cell phone number. I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
He says like, just so you know, I did get an alert, that
For what?
I was supposed to stop this fare before I canceled it. It's one of those things when like Uber contacts us when they've gotten something from like the cops.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just letting you know, like, that was a thing.
My favorite thing you've ever done is not do that, and I'm gonna give him $100 bill.
He's like, you know what?
He is...
We need to party at some point in the future. Hey, aren't you?
Oh.
No.
No.
I am an American. I am from America.
Hey, shh. We should party later.
Yeah.
And I give him like a smile.
He's like, you
I
know,
do my best. It's
I should probably get to the aquarium. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, let's.
And he
Bye.
scoots off.
I get out of the car.
I'm gonna turn to Madison, or I'm gonna turn to Willow and say, I think that went really well.
Was that your American accent?
Isn't it very good?
Is that what we sound like to you?
Yeah. Yes. Wait. What do I sound like to you? No, what? Don't answer that. Let's move on.
Let's start walking. Yeah, no, we need to get another lift somewhere. Where should we meet? We have to go somewhere that Cadence will know to meet us. Do you want to go back to your house?
Do you think she'll know to come there?
Well, your house, Alex, is in Buckhead,
Right.
which is quite a ways away.
Want to just wait in line?
Even doggo in doggo miles. You're still functioning Haven is the closest common point that you guys have right now.
I also am a little bit afraid after what happens at the concerts that they're going to be staking out my place.
All right, so then we won't go there. We can. Let me think.
It was better before when they did not know that I was a vampire. That was the better part of my life.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Things have
She's trembling just a little bit, just like what?
things have gotten worse, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, we can go to my office.
All right.
For now. It's not far from here. It'll be safe. Cadence will probably go to either my house or there. Okay. Cool.
All right.
All right, so you're going to your office.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
your
gonna go to
Davey.
my office because I want to talk to some people about getting my car.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you guys can head back to your office. I mean, this isn't necessarily a haven-worthy building, but it is kind of where you have some resources and the
Mm-hmm.
like.
This isn't like a place that I could like stay for a long period of time, but if I need to hole up in my office, I can.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like equipped for.
Yeah.
It might have to be now, considering my haven situation is a little scattered, so I might have to put in a bed or something, a lock on the door. Shit.
Yeah. So you head there. There's probably one person working the night shift here right
Yeah.
now. There's been some orders to scatter over recent nights,
Okay.
so there's not a lot of people. So it's probably your kind of your most low key employee is here. Yeah, and you arrive in there, and it's basically like it's a small office building, right? Where you
Yeah.
are, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean you can easily get in, get access to some of your resources from here. What are you gonna do?
Cool. I am going to try to get in contact with let me look at some allies. I have many dots of allies, and so
Okay.
I'm going to try to get on my phone there and sort of awaken somebody.
Yeah, no, you're able to get in contact with somebody. So you just want your car secure,
Yeah,
right?
essentially, I'm like, hey, I need you to go and like get my car. I need you to bring it back here.
Easy enough. You get that taken care of, and you think it's going to be done pretty soon.
Yeah. Gosh. I wonder if I should call. I say to Alex, should we call Madison?
Yeah, I think probably.
Okay.
Do you think he's gonna be mad?
I would be if I were him, yeah.
So you're going to call him?
I guess we're gonna call him then. Yeah.
Okay. So Madison, while you're sort of doing your bureaucracy foo, you do get a call from one of Willow's burner numbers, essentially.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm not going to answer it.
No,
right?
we can say that we've synced back up.
Oh, okay, cool. In that case, he will pick it up and be like, "Yeah, hey, yeah, what's up?"
Hey, so right now we're me and Alex are at my office.
Uh-huh.
Did you get the thing I sent you?
Yeah, I did. I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, that shit's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it necessarily over the phone.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
Yeah. Well, Cadence lost her phone.
Uh-huh.
And we had to shoot it. And
wait, hold on.
There was some Second Inquisition.
No, rewind. Never mind, don't rewind. Keep going.
I can't talk about it over the phone.
Yeah, okay. What the okay.
So, I mean, whenever you have time, you can come and we can tell you about what happened, and then I can show you the thing I got.
It's really great how you're the leader and we all look up to you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we really do.
We do.
When you said stay out of trouble.
Right. What did you mean precisely?
Yeah.
I want you all to know.
Yeah.
No matter what I say for the rest of the night, I do love you.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you're gonna say some terrible shit in a minute when you find out what we did. But to be fair to ourselves, you know. Anyway, so where do you want to meet?
I can come to
Come
you.
to my office, please.
Yeah.
And if you see a dog just on the street, please find her.
Any dog,
Sure.
just pick it up. Any dog.
Not in
Just take a pin of where you are and subtract 100 from the X and 200 from the Y, and I'll be there soon.
All right, sounds good. Bye. Click. When he said, I turned to Alex. When he said, "Whatever I say tonight, I still love you," I got like big flashbacks to like my first boyfriend.
I mean, I was intimidated, but at the same time, I was a little turned
Yeah.
on. A little turned
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
we were
totally.
speaking, like lines of coke, and I was like, "Vinny, stop!" And like, he just
But
kept
your
doing
first boyfriend's name is Vinny too. That's you don't think it was the same Vinny? Do you? You know what? That's not important. Anyway,
I'm okay. I'm fine.
we should probably go meet Madison.
Yeah. Well, actually, Madison's coming to you apparently.
That is
Don't
correct.
So yeah,
away
so you guys managed to clandestinely arrange letting you know where each other are, and Madison, you can easily convey yourself there. It's not too terribly far from Willow's Haven.
Cool.
Yeah, so you basically show up in this kind of nondescript office area, and
like let him in through the gate where
Yeah.
we have like the cars and stuff in the back, and so we like open up the sliding like metal sheet
Mhm.
door, and they're just like,
Yeah, so he's gonna come in. He uncommonly does have a briefcase with him, and inside the briefcase is a laptop.
okay, well, we're gonna go back up to my office. And it's
Yep.
cool. We
Yeah.
just go back up. And
Yep.
we're just
and,
like,
and
okay.
you have not seen a dog on your way, by the way.
Okay, so how should we go about this, Alex?
Well, I think that probably what I'll do is I'll let you take the lead
Okay.
because I think he likes you better.
Okay, guys.
So it all started with us going to a drag show.
Okay.
It
Sure.
all started with us going to a drag show until Alex told me that there's some low quality hunter guys who know he's a fucking vampire and he hasn't done anything about it.
Isn't that
Okay.
funny? Isn't that funny how that happened?
Funny how you're still alive and that happened.
Yeah. And so they were there, and Cadence lost her phone.
Lost her phone.
Yeah, really, on it.
Just dropped it on the floor.
It fell.
It fell.
It fell during a small scuffle in which I was confiscating some equipment from one of the guys.
Tiny scuffle, really.
Uh-huh.
If anything, I blame Cadence for all of this.
Well,
That is
she
Probably not the way you want to go with this.
That's fair.
yeah. Fuck. So it is a little bit there's just a lot of hunter shit going on. The police were called.
And the shit you sent me earlier, you think is related to the same
no,
operators.
that's no, apparently. Did Cadence tell us about what was up with that?
I don't believe she did.
I don't think she did either. I don't, maybe there's a possibility that it is, but I think these are the dudes. Like, I don't know.
Did any of them see your
This
faces?
is what I was looking into. Yeah, like
Oh,
veteran-
totally. Very much they saw our faces, yeah.
What? I
Oh,
mean,
the hunters, yeah. They know me by name.
yeah.
It's a funny story. They actually you're gonna laugh. We're all gonna laugh together in a moment, in just a moment when I tell you that they provide most of the security for concerts in Atlanta.
I don't understand. Yeah, this was another thing. I mean, I argued with you briefly in the club earlier, but I was like, I got distracted. And so now's a good time for me to keep arguing with you. Now that Madison is here,
I was hoping that would...
why have you not dealt with them again? Explain to me why you didn't deal with them.
Oh, I feel so on the spot right now. Okay, look, here's the thing. Up until I met you lovely lots, I was just Alex Mars, and also incidentally not that big of a deal, a vampire. But since I've been with you, I've been doing, like, vampire shit.
Okay.
And that has gotten their attention. However, I will say this, in my defense, it's not really in my defense at all, it's just a piece of information.
Okay.
When I had this problem with them over the years, they've known there's something strange about me, but they have not been able to, I think, sort of suss out exactly what it is. They did not have sunglasses that allowed them to see who was a vampire and who wasn't. That's new. All of this technology that they had was new.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they had
we stole
crazy
it.
technology. We do have it.
I know, it's on its way.
Wait, you actually got it?
Of course I did.
Yeah, because they're still fucking lame. They just have technology now.
Oh, that makes this all much less upsetting.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay, I'm glad that you're not mad.
Me too.
Okay, well, that still doesn't explain why you didn't, like, shut them up.
What am I supposed to do? They've been providing security for most of the concert venues in Atlanta for as far back as I can remember.
Those two in particular, would anything have hugely
not-
changed if you would have gotten rid of those two? Or do all of them know?
Well, for one thing, there's 3 of them. And for another, if all 3 of them go missing, there will be
It's not
questions.
that strange. Listen, one drunk driving accident and it's solved. Alex.
Who do you think I am, Willow? And I'm not just going to murder a bunch of people because they don't like the cut of my fucking jib.
What?
Up until this point, they have been suspicious of me, but not necessarily known anything.
Suspicious of
They
you.
provide security for you.
And they've provided security at many concerts without bothering me, except to kind of side-eye me.
Listen, there are plenty of security guards who think their employers are fucking tax evaders or human traffickers or whatever.
Precisely.
The reason that Alex would have necessarily thought that it was a,
I've spent years letting them think that the weird thing that they innately sense about me is that I like girls on the younger side. And that was all right, as long as they thought that's what it was.
Yeah.
Because that actually, for some reason that I don't completely understand, is a little bit more palatable than being a vampire.
Yeah, let's not go into that.
We won't, but the point is that now they know, and they're definitely going to try to murder me. And that's going to really hurt my career.
So we'll kill them first. Yes?
We have to take care of the problem in one way or another, whether that's killing them or getting them so fucking far away from here they can't do a goddamn thing about it or whatever.
Look, I'm going to be very honest with you. These guys, I don't like them. I don't think they're good people. I don't want to kill them.
Yeah.
If we can get them out of town. They've never done anything wrong precisely. They just don't like vampires, and I don't blame them.
I feel like that's in this day and age, that's enough.
Are these guys the ones who have the fucking techno magic glasses, or are these just some fucking assholes?
Yes, they had the magic glasses.
They
got those from somewhere.
They got them from somewhere.
So Willow,
they're not just 2 guys.
You get a message letting you know that your guy has put the car in the garage here at the office complex.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna go get it because I'm salivating to look at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She grabs a couple of things out of her office because when she opens up that lead case, she wants to make sure that it doesn't have tracking shit in it.
Mm-hmm.
So she grabs a soldering iron and a whole bunch of shit, and then walks down because she's going to do a little bit of gentle operation on it.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a Dex technology roll to suss this thing out of any nonsense.
Okay. My hunger dice. Okay.
Your dice are made of like pure titanium or something. They're so loud.
It's the wood.
Oh,
I'll get something to roll them on.
I think it's just the right amount of loud.
it's perfect. I love it.
Is it really? Now I'm
It just sounds
self-conscious.
satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's 8 and above, right?
No, it's 6 and above.
It's 6 and above? Oh, in that case.
1,000,000 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Yeah, you give this thing a good old once over. It's certainly a laptop of some sort. It doesn't
Mhm.
fit any like standard form factor that
Yeah.
that's recognizable. But you're sort of able to sort of you get kind of a reader that detects like any transmissions or anything like that, and you do find essentially it's kind of like a hardwired dongle on one of the edges that picks up some transmission. Like it doesn't look like a Wi-Fi dongle or anything like that. But you're able to very quickly, very adroitly, with the soldering iron and a couple of other tools, disable it.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, I love it. I take my new baby and I take it back inside now that I feel like it's not sending signals into space.
Sure. Willow comes back. Alex and Madison want to do anything or have any conversation while she's away?
Please, go ahead.
She's away for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah. Pretty much like, unless Alex says something, Madison, after maybe 30 seconds of idle time, has already gotten out his laptop and is back to work on fucking over whoever fucked Willie over.
Yeah, I'm just trying to lay low so that nobody's really mad at me.
Gotcha.
And Alex can definitely see that Madison has like the look, right? Like the intellectual predator look that he gets when the shit is really fucking like on.
We love that look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it's not turned towards me.
So basically, yeah. In the meantime, you've been able to have a quick sort of coded back and forth with your allies, with the Duskborn, and they basically, if you want to give them a list of names, they can start beating the street, if that's something that you're trying to get taken care of. Because you have like that. What you have is that list of names from Willie's thing. Like, am I assuming that that's what you're going to do? Is basically set them on those people?
What I'm trying to do is first try to narrow down exactly who is the most likely to have done it. Like, because I don't want to just fucking and just get every fucking criminal in that book, because that's messy and sloppy. But if I can figure out who fucking hit Willie, those guys are fucked.
Hold on. Let me take a look at something
like
real quick.
Those guys are getting sent to the fucking Shadow Realm.
Is it time to duel?
Determine my plot.
Okay. What I'd like you to do is give me. Let's go ahead and do a wits investigation roll.
Oh god, I'm terrible at this. I got a success.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of look over the names. You look over. You kind of think back like of what you know and like. He was beat real bad. Like, whoever did it knew what they were doing. Mm-hmm. Like, he was beat in such a way that whoever did it knew how to hurt a person incredibly badly without killing them.
Yeah.
You know people who can do that because, you're a vampire and that's the life, but you don't have any hard connection to like the people in that book. Like you don't know mortals who would have that sort of milieu.
Well, then it's time to deploy the most dangerous weapon of all. Patience.
Ah. So you basically tell them to like be in a holding pattern. What do you
Yep.
tell them when they're ready to go?
Yeah, basically, I'll tell them. I give them the lowdown. I let them know the information is less conclusive than first expected, and that they should be on the lookout for this sort of activity in our domain in the future. Just mortals being targeted by like things that are probably they're things that are obviously trying to be framed as random crime, but
Mhm.
aren't.
Okay.
And basically, so that not just myself, but in general,
Sure.
watch out for this general behavior pattern, and that I will let them know exactly who is going to get a big ol' heaping helping of punishment.
Like, do you
Later.
give them any of those names to keep an eye on?
Of the criminals?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. I
Yeah.
don't care about that.
They basically are like we can do that general stuff, but specific things. That's definitely a thing. So like you don't want them taken out, you just want them tracked
Just
or kept an eye on.
let's establish some patterns and get an understanding, and then figure out who is deserving of a beatdown.
All right, 5 by 5. So when you've gotten that taken care of, and that was all basically talked over Messenger and whatnot.
Sure.
But yeah, when you've kind of wrapped that up, and Willow comes back, and she how are you conveying this this delightful thing?
I'm holding it like a baby. I'm just like, it's here. Do you
Oh,
guys want to take a look at it?
sure.
Like, not to be a weirdo or anything, but I'm hard for this hardware. All right.
That was
And
really
so-
weird.
I mean, yeah,
know,
you
But look
officially
at
are
it.
a widow now.
That's what did it. She like puts it down and is just like, oh gosh. Like she just like touches the case and is like, this is nice. This
Looks
is very
Custom made.
Oh yeah, it is. Look at where the screws are. Oh yes. She
Yeah.
just like opens it up.
Yeah, like Willow, you're able to show him those sort of non-standard input-output ports. And yeah, it there's only so different that a laptop can be, but
Mhm.
in the ways that it deviates from standard model, it's very obvious that this is not something you could get at fucking Best Buy.
Yeah.
This is a beauty, a fucking custom. I love it.
Well,
And
I
I
guess
just
you have
need
a
to
little war
find
trophy, huh?
something. Oh, yeah. Except not putting this thing on a shelf. I'm gonna find out how to make this thing work. We didn't get the glasses, did we, Alex?
No, we did not get the glasses.
Oh, well, fuck. I thought that's what.
I suspect that we can extrapolate what the glasses were supposed to do. We could
if
probably
they
buy
were-
something.
Yeah.
If we were running through this, then yeah, absolutely. Let's hope that's the case.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
I'll figure something out. 1 minute.
Make her sing, Willow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I want you to go ahead and give me an intelligence technology roll to start
Yeah.
getting into this.
Can I assist her? I do actually have a dot in
You
technology.
absolutely can.
Cool. So Madison pipes up and is clearly less knowledgeable about technology, but is very generally knowledgeable and good at critical thinking and problem solving. So
Alex, you have some technology as well. You could actually also assist with this.
You're right. I do actually have a good bit of technology.
So yeah, you can.
Did I get extra dice or do they roll?
No, you get extra dice. You get 1 extra dice per assistant.
yeah.
All right.
So we're your
Ooh.
rubber ducks, basically.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So basically, the three of you are sort of just like perched over this thing while Willow is getting at it.
Exactly. She's
Mhm.
doing
And,
the work, but we're there to be like conversational.
I'm there to
double-
point out, like, oh, this thing comes from a soundboard.
Double tens count as 4, correct?
They do.
Yeah, they sure do.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god.
Were any of
Thank
those
you,
tens
guys.
on a hunger die?
No.
Wow.
None of the tens
Shit.
were on hunger die.
Holy cow.
It's 2 blue dice.
Nice.
Oh god, it's
Okay.
there's like a montage.
There is very much a montage because this thing is no goddamn joke. Like you're able to power it on, and you're able to sort of jury rig it a bit because it doesn't have a power cord, because you think that was probably in the box, but
Mhm.
like you're able to
I grabbed the bag because I cut.
Oh, you grabbed the bag. Yeah, then never
I
mind.
cut the
Yeah.
satchel off. I
so-
got everything I think but the glasses that were attached to his head when I took it,
true.
and it like unplugged like headphones.
Yeah, you did not get the glasses, but you got everything else. So yeah,
Yeah.
you hook the power cord up. You do all that. You get it sort of turned on. And like while it's turning on, part of that success is that you like you notice like it starting to access the Wi-Fi here, and you're able
like,
to
"Fuck
shut
that."
that down as quickly as possible.
No.
And you manage to boot it up, and that actually is quite a lot of what you had to do, is preventing it from communicating
Contacting, yeah.
while it was booting up. And you manage, you run into a pretty major roadblock when it finally does boot up, because there is
Mhm.
serious security on this thing.
This is gonna take time.
There is there's a login, and there's like a place where you have to enter in like a key fob that is it's like kind of a rotating number code that's synced up to some server somewhere. So there's a lot of security to kind of get into the guts of it, but you are able to essentially get into kind of low access safe mode, which you can tell that there's a lot on this that you can't access right now, but you kind of are able to get a better idea of its general capabilities. And like you can kind of analyze the hardware that's in it, and make some extrapolations. And from what you can tell, this is a custom-built box for processing a lot of audio-visual information very, very quickly, and processing types of input feeds that standard technology doesn't take. Like we're talking about like thermographics, and some stuff that you don't even understand quite, but you think that this machine takes input from probably those glasses, processes it quicker than any machine that you can think of can do, especially one this size, and give real-time feedback to it.
This is a dense motherfucker.
They had some serious fucking talented people working on this.
They did. I'm salivating.
And you can tell this thing has been scrubbed of all identifying information. There's no serial numbers. There's no like organization information. This thing is clean of anything that tells you where it comes from, at least at the level of access that you have right now.
Okay. Yeah. This is something that she's going to have to put work, allies, and like time into. This is going to have to be a project, I imagine, unless, in order to like, because she has people who this is their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
you're impressed with yourself about having gotten this much out of this, because it is truly a
piece of work.
It is a very, very powerful piece of work.
Yeah.
But you think that you've cracked it as much as you can with the abilities that you have.
Yeah. I need some help from people who maybe are better at coding, because if I can pull data off of the hardware, I can read it separately with someone who knows what they're looking at. But that person is not me. I'm good. I'm not that good.
Yeah, you need people who literally put hard drives under microscopes and figure out what the fucking disk plate says 0 by 1. That's like a real thing, by the way. That's not Hollywood bullshit. That's real life.
It's fucking bonkers.
It's amazing.
So
when you pay Geek Squad $10,000 or whatever to do like ultra recovery on your hard drive, that's literally what they're doing. They're sending it to a lab where they literally are like
reading what's on there.
What? Like,
that's crazy.
So I need to call up a special. She says I need to call a specialist to look at like what's on this thing. but
And you also know, like, it's pretty obvious, like, this is valuable.
yeah.
Like, not just in, like, your like tech boner, like, you know that everyone would want to get a piece of this.
Oh yeah.
Like this sort of tech, to your knowledge, people know that this sort of thing exists and they're afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
But none of you remember hearing any rumors of, like, oh, and we got our hands on it and we've been able to start cracking into it.
Yeah.
So this is like government tech.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, some sort of government tech.
Oh no.
Very, very black ops.
This is. I am so ready to, like. I'm not gonna open it up yet. I'm gonna wait until, like, I can get in, like, a sterile sort of place and, like, get the right equipment. But when I open this thing up, I'm going to put the like schematics for this thing fucking everywhere for us. Because I mean, maybe I'm not, and not to discredit myself, maybe I'm not smart enough to find a way to fuck this thing over. Maybe somebody else is, and that's great.
My initial concern is that the brothers have access to black ops tech. That's whoever gave them this didn't give them this for me.
Oh, they probably did. Your small hunter problem is a big hunter problem now. I'm sorry.
But that's just the thing, that I'm not a big hunter problem.
Any of us is a big hunter problem.
I don't believe that that's true.
Why?
It's all about scale. How much do you think this equipment cost?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Do you really think that the government couldn't take me out if they wanted to?
They're just supplying small people. Why do it yourself when you can have someone else do it?
It's just many hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. I don't think we're the
You're
biggest
probably not
fish.
the only one that they're looking for. They're looking for any of us. You've heard what's happened.
Listen, here, the important thing is that we trace this back up the chain. We find out where they got it from. That's the important thing here. We can't undo whatever the hell has happened before. All we can do is take the situation we have now and massage it to our benefit moving forward. The things that we have now is we have their fucking computer.
Yeah.
So that's it. We work on the computer until we find the next opening and we move from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess
Right?
So. Yeah. Yeah.
You have a new haven yet, Alex? 'Cause you can go ahead and assume your current haven is fucked.
I haven't gotten one yet, but no, I agree. I can't go home. You know, Jack Kerouac said you could never go home again. He was right.
It was actually, he wrote that song for tonight specifically.
It was about this moment.
Yes.
Who knew?
Who is
yeah.
Kerouac?
So you guys.
Why are you like this, Willow? Why, Willow? Why are you like this?
My bad.
Yeah, so you guys spent some time cracking into this, and Madison, your 1 hour reminder on your 3 a.m. meeting pops off.
We got a date.
Wait, what?
We got a date with our cup dealer.
Right.
Fuck.
Yeah, like you remember getting a message about that earlier this evening, but then so much has happened.
I forgot.
That's all right. We got time to link up with Cadence. That's what we need to do, is have her with us.
I'm not dressed for this shit. Hold on.
With,
I'm going to put this in a safe.
Sure, yeah, you're able to put it in a safe. With that, we're going to go ahead and take our break, and then Cadence will be with us when we come back. So,
Yay!
See everyone soon.
Spoilers, we're going to find Cadence, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. See everybody soon.
Pound.
All right, and we're back. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Welcome back to Simulacra Studios presents Vampire the Masquerade Burn It Down. And we are joined by the lovely McKenna, playing Cadence of Clan Gangrel. And that is who we're going to cut to right now. So, Cadence, the last thing that happened was that you went for this hunter man.
Yes.
And he gave you a delicate boop on the snoot for 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alex ran up on him, got him to toss the phone to him. He threw it on the ground, and then a shot rang out, you're pretty sure from Willow, destroying it.
Yep.
And then they ran off to their car, Alex and Willow did.
Mm-hmm.
And you were still sort of in the area when you saw them peel out, and you saw a van coming on to the street that you were on. So how are you reacting to that?
She's going to find a space between buildings that a car can't fit.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to dart between that and try to, keep to those very small alleys until she gets a couple blocks away and, pop out like by a dumpster.
All right. I would like you to give me a quick dex stealth roll, please.
Okay, awesome. It would help if I actually opened my character sheet like a responsible player.
Whoop.
This is what you do when you spend all day packing, is it turns your brain to mush. There we go. 2, 3. And stealth. That's 3 altogether.
Yeah, you are able to slip away. Being a dog has its advantages.
Mm-hmm.
You think you get away and out of sight before anyone gets out of that van or looks your way.
Okay.
Luckily, Wade was occupied primarily on Alex,
Mm-hmm.
so he didn't really spend the time needed to track or keep an eye on you.
Okay.
So you get away, and you are in the wind. You are in amongst the alleys and the small places between the streets. That is the dog's place in the world.
Okay.
So
right.
yeah, you're pretty sure that you've slipped any noose that might have been closing in on that street.
All right, fantastic. Gonna turn back into normal cadence, or as normal cadence can get.
Okay.
And she's going to realize that she probably doesn't know this area all that well, and she doesn't have a phone on her anymore.
Well, this is in your territory.
Oh, it
actually.
is in our
It's
territory?
in the northern edge of your territory. So
Okay.
You've patrolled your territory pretty
Okay.
well.
All right, fair
So
enough.
You do
Fair.
actually know this area very well.
Cool. Alrighty. How long is it going to take me to get back to... She doesn't know if they're going back to Willow's. How long would it take for her to get back to her and her brother's apartment?
Her and her brother's apartment?
Yeah.
On foot, probably about 20 minutes.
That's fine. She's going to walk over there then.
All right. Are you? How are you getting there? Are you just walking on the streets? What's your plan?
She's gonna keep to the main streets. Like she's gonna try to, stay close to the buildings, but she doesn't see any reason at this point to, like, go super stealthy. So, like, she's probably gonna have, like, her hat down and, her scarf sort of up over her face. But she's not making a deliberate attempt to be unseen. She's just trying to look like a dude on a street.
Cool. Yeah, so maybe about halfway there. It's pretty late right now.
Mhm.
Like, it's around 1 a.m. About this time. And so there's not very many people, if any, out on the streets. So when you get to a major cross street, and you see a guy on the other side of the street, just kind of frantically pacing and looking around. It seems a bit odd to you.
Okay. She's going to. She is going to sort of tuck herself up against a building and try to get a better look at him and try to see if she can get an idea of what he's trying to do other than just be frantic.
Okay. Give me a wits insight roll, please.
Okay. 2, 3. 2.
2. Yeah, this guy's terrified. He is terrified and confused. He's clearly trying to find something, but you can sort of the predator in you actually riles up a little bit. Like, oh, this
This
nice.
looks juicy.
This looks very juicy and nice. What's your hunger at right now?
3.
Yeah, no, this looks real nice. But you there's also a part of you that's like, there's something kind of off about this as well.
Yeah, this doesn't happen in our domain all that often. But she can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here.
You can. I'm going to do a quick roll. Yeah, he just seems to. He doesn't seem to notice you at all.
Okay.
He just seems to he's mainly sticking to this street corner, but occasionally he goes maybe 10 feet down one street and then comes back and paces a little bit and then goes 10 feet down the other street.
Okay.
He just seems to be focused on this street corner, and he's just sort of frantically looking for something.
All right. So she is going to not cross the street at the intersection. She's going to go down to where there's maybe not a street light, cross the street there. And then if there's, she's going to see where, if there's, if he tends to double back onto streets that he's been before, because it's an intersection. There's 4 roads he can go down. She's going to try to either tuck herself between buildings or maybe next to a dumpster or something where there's a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And if he walks by, she's going to try and grab him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a Dex stealth roll, please.
Okay.
To position yourself, basically.
Okay, 2.
2 successes. Yeah. You get yourself into a really great position.
Mm-hmm.
Where you've sort of sussed out his pattern. And right when you start to hear his footsteps coming around, right before the second that you're going to strike, you hear him stop. And
okay.
You just hear from around the corner where you are, "Is it you?" "Are you the one I'm supposed to find?"
She's going to say, and depends on who you is.
I don't know. I don't know. I know I'm supposed to be here, and I have a thing, and I know someone's supposed to meet me or something, and then I need to give them this.
What give them what?
This.
Toss it on the ground.
I need to see you. Can I see you? I know that if I can see you, I'll know if it's you or not.
I am not in a position where I kind of want my face seen, so you tell me what you think I'm supposed to look like, and then we'll go from there.
Short girl?
Who sent you?
I don't know. I just know what I'm supposed to do.
she'll step out.
Yeah, he sort of looks at you, and then, like, on some sort of automatic function, he just holds his hand out, and he has, like, a rolled-up piece of paper in his hand.
She'll take it.
The second that you take it from him, it's like a weight just comes off of him, and, like, all of that unnatural franticness goes away, and then he starts to look around, very, like, aware but confused and not. It's a sea change in his demeanor, but he's still screwed up and anxious and not knowing what's going on.
You okay?
Where the fuck am I?
Oh, this is fantastic. I don't know. I saw you walking around dazed and confused. Like, are you okay? Have you had something to drink tonight?
Yeah? I didn't think I was that fucked up.
I don't know. Maybe someone laced it.
Shit, I guess I should go to the hospital or something?
That'd be a good idea.
Fuck. And, yeah, he just kind of absent-mindedly turns his back on you.
You know what? She doesn't... You know what? Humanity 5. Go for it.
Okay, Dex Brawl.
Dex Brawl. She's had a rough night. That's how she's justifying this to herself, amongst other things. Oh, wow. Why do I get this just on a regular feeding roll? 7 with messy critical.
Okay.
Cadence, why do you do this to me?
So yeah, you jump on him, you drag him back, fangs in the neck, hot blood in your gullet, and before you even can know it, you feel just that sort of instinctual slackening of the heartbeat, and I need you to make a willpower roll.
Yep.
No.
Oh, God. So that's unspent willpower, right?
Willpower.
Okay. Is this a difficulty one, or is it just a success?
Let me know what you roll.
Okay. I got 1.
1 success. Thankfully, that's enough.
Okay.
Yeah, you stop yourself, moments before you would have crossed the line. And you have 2 hunger taken away, but he collapses at your feet. Severe blood loss plus whatever else he went through. He's down.
Shit. Okay, she's going to... does he have a phone on him?
No.
Wow.
Like you rustle through his stuff. He doesn't have anything on him. Like, he's just wearing clothes.
He doesn't have a wallet or an ID or anything?
Nothing.
Oh, fuck. So he's probably not gonna last that much longer if he doesn't get, like, immediate medical attention. Is that the idea I'm getting?
He's probably on the borderline. Like, medical attention certainly wouldn't hurt. And you only took 2 from him. That's the minimum that you can take without seriously hurting someone.
Right.
Had you been at 4 hunger, then yeah, absolutely he'd be in problems. But
yeah.
You think he's okay.
All right. So she is going to just be like, well, that sucks. And she's going to be like, she considers maybe going for the last of it. And then she's like, you know what? No. That would be a bad thing, and I have places to be. So she looks at that note.
Okay, so you look at it's a very tightly curled up piece of paper. And like just by touching it, you can tell this is very high quality, like almost parchment paper, and it is sealed with a very small black wax seal that has a very intricate but small pressing into it in the shape of a butterfly.
That's weird. All right, so she is not going to read this on the street. She's going to continue to head to her brother's apartment and open it there.
Okay, yeah, you make it to your brother's apartment, with hot blood on her breath, and you can let yourself in very easy.
Okay.
And he is not at home right now.
That's fine. She is going to she's going to open the note first.
So yeah, you how do you open the note? Because like I said, it's very tightly rolled up.
So she's gonna like see if she can find like an X-Acto knife or like a utility knife or something, and she doesn't want to disturb the seal because that looks unique and might be useful for other people, even if she doesn't really care.
Sure.
And she's gonna try to get like the smallest blade she can find and work it up under that seal.
You're able to do that very easily.
And see if she can like sort of like
you're able to do that without breaking the seal, and you sort of preserve it and you remove it, sort of put it on a coaster. And you're able to unroll the parchment.
Okay, what's it say?
It is in very flowing, elegant script, in sort of a deep purple ink, but it's still very legible. Like it's very precise and legible. And it says, Cadence of Clan Gangrel, champion of the Anarch movement.
Oh God, she just cringes and she's like,
it goes on from there and doesn't get any better.
Oh God, it gives her titles.
Honorifics. He says, I have business to discuss with you on matters most important relating to the prestation of our kindred kind. Please inscribe upon thine heart and thoughts a time and location of your choosing, and upon this sigil press ein pricked thumb, and I shall know it. And then there's just a flowing F as a signature.
We're definitely going to do some inappropriate jokes about this.
She just she looks at this, she looks at all those honorifics, she looks at the script, the fucking seal, and she just is like, really? Like, what sort of pretentious ass tower dwelling know-all is this from?
There is on the bottom of it just sort of this like little filigreed thumbprint sized decoration.
Can I roll to see if I recognize it? I don't think she will, but I want to see, if there's a chance.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an intelligence occult roll.
Oh, okay. 4.
4 successes. Yeah. There's certainly something about this parchment, this paper, this there's something of the occult nature to sort of these symbols and whatnot. It's very minor. Like you don't think it's very powerful, but there is certainly some kind of enchantment laid upon this.
All right.
And you look over to that seal that you have on the coaster, and you sort of run your brain, and you know on sort of an inherent level, the same way that you know when you see any other heraldry or iconography of a clan, that's more than just a butterfly. That's
Right.
associated with something. But it's not anything. It doesn't fit any of like the Cam clans that you know of, or any of the other clans that you're aware of.
Okay. All right. So she is going to.
But you know it's a clan symbol of some sort.
Okay. All right. She's gonna grab a Ziploc bag
Mm-hmm.
from the kitchen. She's gonna pop the seal and she's gonna pop the note in the Ziploc bag, close it up, and then would it be too much to ask for Benji to have a landline?
Yeah, you can have a landline.
Awesome. Okay. So she is going to go over to their phone and she is going to dial Willow's number.
Okay. So round about the time you guys finish up your little tech binge and are getting ready, Willow, one of your phone numbers goes off on one of the phones that you have at the ready.
1 second. She like pats herself down for the one and is like, okay, hold on.
It's not from
Oh,
a number you recognize.
I open it. Hello?
Yo.
Oh, it's you. Hi.
Yeah.
So,
Where you guys at?
We're at my office. Are you okay? Did anyone follow you?
I think someone tried. They didn't get very far.
Okay.
Benefits of being able to fit between buildings that cars cannot.
Okay, that's good. We'll just make sure that definitely no one's following you. Okay. We're at my office. We're looking at the computer.
Okay, that better be something fucking good on it.
Oh, Cadence. It's great.
Well, I'm glad you're happy. I need a
am.
phone.
Oh, I'll get you one.
Okay.
When you come over, I'll rip one out of the clamshell. Bye.
Wait!
What? Are you not done?
Well, no. Well, I'm on my way. I got this weird note with a butterfly on it, and if any of you know, like, if there's like a butterfly symbol thing that we should know about, like, it seemed important, and I think I've seen it somewhere before, but I'm not sure. So if like maybe you guys could put your heads together and maybe figure it out before I got there, that would be swell and would save us a lot of time.
It just looks like a butterfly?
I describe it like I'm looking at it. It's like it looks like this is what the wing is, this is the pattern.
Can I
We'll
try
talk
to
about
ID
it
that?
in
If
person.
anyone would like to roll an intelligence occult.
I'll try.
Is this anything specific to the Anarch movement?
No, I know exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I have 3 successes.
I have 2.
Okay.
I kind of doubt I've ever seen this before, though.
Yeah, Madison, you just like Cadence, like the way she's describing it, it certainly has the hallmarks of some sort of clan heraldry. You think it's certainly not one of the 13, so that would mean it's a bloodline of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And the butterfly. The only other association that you come up with the butterfly is the Fae. Alex.
Yep.
You know you've seen it before. You don't remember what it is, but you know you've seen it, and it was from in your time in the Sabbat.
I'm going to keep that close to the vest.
All right, so she's after that description, she would have confirmed the address that she's going to for Willow's office, and then she's gonna head off there.
So I am going to go into some drawers and get a Metro PCS phone and rip it out of those hard plastic clamshells with like massive scissors. Like, I'm gonna put a lock on this one. Never again. I set up a phone for her because I'm gonna set something up that has a fucking lock or a passcode or fucking something. Shit's unacceptable.
That's kind of a good call.
Probably is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
yeah.
almost like there's sensitive information on these things.
See, Cadence is the one who would not be able to program a VCR, so she'll be mad at first, but she'll get used to it. She can deal.
Look, even with a password of 00001, like it's something.
Yeah.
Numbers
So,
and
yeah.
exclamation mark shit, man.
So Cadence, you are able to make your way over to the office,
Mhm.
and what, if any, preparations are underway when she gets there?
I guess have we probably discuss how we're gonna get there while we're waiting for Cadence.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. I mean, it's in your it's like I said, it's in your territory, so it's not very far away. It's on the southern edge, so it's like it's near the edge of I-20.
You guys just want to take my van?
Sounds good to me.
I'd love to take your van.
Yeah. Any other preparations or things that you're trying to get together? What kit are we going? Shadowrun style. No, sorry.
Well, I mean, we're dealing with the Sabbat, and Willow's afraid, like she should be. So she's putting guns in the car.
Okay.
Guns.
Yeah,
All right. So you guys are loading up and coming for bear.
because
I
she's
think that's the
just
plan.
Okay.
not
So
unreasonable.
yeah, Cadence, you show up. You get handed a new phone.
This is for you.
Thanks.
All right. The password is 6 digits. Can you remember 6 digits?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's a mix between letters, numbers, and special symbols. So don't write it down. Please don't write it down.
Fine.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I almost forgot. And she's like, can one of you like call an ambulance to an intersection? Cause like, I mean, the
What?
guy's not dead, but he probably shouldn't be lying out in the
How long has he
night.
been there?
What?
How long has he been there?
30
How long does it
minutes?
take for
Yeah,
30
about 30
minutes?
minutes.
He's probably dead.
I don't know. I had shit going on.
I'm not gonna call the ambulance, but I can get somebody to call an ambulance.
What did you do?
I just,
I think she
got a
did.
little hungry and I didn't kill him, but I didn't take nearly enough to kill him, but he was like weirded out. He gave me this strange note, and I think there was some other shit going on that was not of my doing, so I'd rather like
You attack the messenger who gave the mysterious note. I say as I'm putting like a machete in the back of my car. In the back
don't
of
you
my van.
fucking judge me. I've had a rough night.
No,
We've all
you
had a
have.
rough night.
You've had a very rough night, but I want to say I'm so proud of you.
I cannot
did-
tell if you're being serious or not.
I think she's being
So
serious.
good. Yeah, I'm being very serious.
Oh.
I
Oh,
expected
well,
you to kick more ass. I thought you were gonna like take on like 4 dudes at once. I'm disappointed that you didn't, because I would have loved to see that.
We both believe that you had them.
Yeah.
Well, I was not willing to take that risk.
No, you made the right call. Yeah, we definitely made the right call. That's why we're proud of you, because we were wrong, and they would have killed the dicks out of you. So
Mm,
we're glad that you were smarter than us.
Thanks. Also, thanks for taking care of the phone, Willow.
Oh, I'm very glad that phone was dropped.
Can I just say that we work
Because
very well
I would
together
have
as a
shot
team?
it while it was close to his ear.
We're
That is
such
how
a good
important it
team.
was.
Mm.
So
Truly, I'm proud of us.
Okay. Well, let's just, leave it at that, because that was embarrassing. So, where we going?
So
buckle
yeah.
up, let's go.
So the place that you're going is there's not, when you guys kind of relook at the information, correlate it to where it is. It looks like it's on. There's no like address or building that's close to where you guys are going. It looks like it is on one side of a bridge that goes over I-20. So that is the location that you have been given. You
So
can
I sort of like park near there.
Mhm.
And like, okay. So do you think we're gonna get like picked up again, or you think they're just gonna fucking meet us here?
So, who are we meeting? Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. We didn't explain it.
Yeah.
We have a date with the Archbishop.
Oh, fan fucking
I think
tastic.
was that it, Madison? Was it the Archbishop?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
For what
Right.
it's worth, this that butterfly pattern, that's a Sabbat thing.
You fucked up a Sabbat messenger.
I don't know. They don't sound like Sabat, and she pulls out the note, and so that everyone can see it. Like, careful! It looks like it could like collapse to dust if you touch it wrong.
I mean, I approve.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's kind of extra.
It's hard to remember, but these something about this. They're not. It's not regular Sabbat. I don't know what it is exactly off the top of my head, but it's a strange thing.
This is fancy.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. If we want to talk to whoever this is, like, when's good?
I'm of the opinion we should pretty much always talk to people who ask to talk to us.
Okay, so when's good?
That's up to
Not
you.
tonight.
You must knoweth thine own heart, Cadence, champion.
Yeah,
of
but
the
I am
Anarch
also not the
movement.
keeper of the schedule, Mr. Micromanager.
That's true.
Okay, I'm the champion of the schedule. Fair enough.
Cause
I'll,
like I will say today at like 3:30.
I shall sally forth and checketh the calendar.
Oh my god, that was really funny. You're so funny.
Does like I don't know, night after tomorrow work?
You guys can make some time for then, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so she's going to think, day after tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. and she'll bite her thumb and then smudge a big old thumbprint on the message. Yeah?
You went to go talk to the East Street boys earlier, right?
Yeah.
He's still mad.
Yeah, Nikki's still real mad, but like unnaturally mad, like not regular Bruja mad. I think it's part of a mind control thing. By the way, Alex, we're probably gonna need to do something about that.
I can do something about that. It's like a thing that I'm really good at doing stuff about.
Yeah.
Hey.
What are we gonna do?
Mind control, unmind control Nikki. Like he unmind controlled that Malkavian chick.
That was a blood bond. That's different.
I'm not convinced that I can't do both.
It's
So-
worth a shot, is all I'm saying.
Cadence.
But anyway, we got an archbishop to meet, and I got a pact to seal in blood, apparently.
So Cadence,
Okay.
when you put your thumb, because it did ask for a time and location of your choosing.
Oh, okay. She's going to. What's a good spot?
Oh,
I don't know. Do you want to meet at a warehouse or something? Or do
so
we need to go
cliche.
fancy? I love meeting at warehouses. Well, it depends on you, Cadence. Where do you want to meet? Where do you want to?
Somewhere
meet
outside the
this fancy
domain,
man?
but we don't have to ask anyone for permission.
Fuck.
Can I rattle off a Anarch territory that is not closely held by any specific coterie right now?
Sure.
I
Okay,
do that.
then that's where I think.
Somewhere in Kirkwood would probably best. It's close to where you guys are, but it doesn't have a strong hold.
Yeah, there's like a little community center there. I can just buy it out
Okay.
for the evening, and we'll be good to go.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
So you guys make your way. You park close to the bridge. So you guys go to the. Do you guys go to the spot that you were directed? Because you can easily GPS your way to exactly where you need to be.
No, we'll go somewhere nearby and then hoof the rest of the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys eventually around 3 a.m. You make it to this spot, which is basically on the bridge itself, on the sidewalk of the bridge, generally right before it gets out, right out over the highway. And I'm going to assume that those who have heightened senses have them up.
That's
Right
a
now.
fair assumption.
Okay. So I would like.
No.
I would like.
I don't.
Fair enough. So Madison, I would like for you to give me a wits awareness roll, please, with your aspects added to it.
2 successes.
Okay. You begin to hear something catches your ear off in the distance. You hear sort of like there's some road noise. There's not a lot of road noise because it's 3 a.m. in the goddamn morning, but I-20 is still I-20, so there are cars. But you begin to hear from under the bridge, on the highway, by maybe about a mile away, a very heavy vehicle coming your way. And then you hear a pattern of honks from like a truck horn. And then your phone goes off
Mm-hmm.
with the code, the provided code, and a the dots and dashes that match up with those the honks that are incoming.
Lovely.
And you're spry enough in the mind to be able to translate that the honks and what's on the thing are the Morse code symbol for J.
J. Is there a J around us?
No, but and this is something that all of you are able to see. A like truly big like convoy cargo truck starts to kind of not like crawling, but slower than the speed limit on I-20, starts to make its way up to the bridge. And you can see, just as it sort of starts to come under the bridge, you guys see that the top of it has been opened.
That's weird.
And then you all hear just like a sustained honk as it sort of makes its way under the bridge.
Love this. This is fun. Let me get my gun.
Like, seriously, what the hell?
I strap some more guns under my clothes, and I'm like, okay. I think they're going to make us get in that armored vehicle.
What if we do not want to get in that armored vehicle?
How many times have people arrived and asked us to get in cars, and then we just fucking do?
It's sort of a thing we do.
Yeah,
Point.
apparently it's just a fucking thing we do.
Point, we have a really terrible track record.
Get in the fucking armored car, Cadence.
Right, Mom?
She's right now.
So, like, if you guys want to get in this thing, there's pretty much only one way that you can tell to do it.
I'm totally
Madison, you go
getting
first.
in the armored car.
Okay. So I need Dex athletics rolls from everyone real quick.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, no,
It's
we're
not-
jumping in.
it's
We're
not-
jumping in the fucking truck.
It's going by pretty slowly, but it's not stopping.
So it's -1 if you don't have the thing, right?
No, I think it's just...
Do you want me to grab you as I'm jumping? I probably have a better skill than you do.
Wait, I have
He needs a
celerity.
boost.
Oh yeah, if
I've
you have
got-
celerity, you can activate, and you can make that happen.
Yeah, I've got rapid reflexes, so I can time it perfectly.
Can I use my soaring leap so I don't have to roll?
Absolutely, you can.
Yes.
Rapid reflexes doesn't even cost me a rouse check.
I think Cat's Grace is the one that does what you're thinking.
Rapid reflexes lets you dodge bullets.
Well, it also just generally gives you up to 2 dice.
Non-combat
Yeah.
rolls.
Okay, all right,
Oh.
that's fine. Yeah, so how did everybody else do? So yeah, Cadence soaring leap down. Madison adroitly got his way. Willow 4 successes. Alex, A, are you doing it? And B, how did you go?
Totally doing it. I got 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah. So you guys are able to time yourselves and jump down just in time before the truck passes completely from under the bridge. And you all kind of land on very comfortable, like, stacked layers of memory foam.
Oh, J for jump.
That's what it was,
What?
for sure.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was J for jump. That's what it was. Just trust us.
Duh.
And yeah, you guys are sort of able to like roll around a little bit and like find an area where it sort of dips down, and you're able to sort of, without looking too silly, slide your way down into sort of the bed area of the truck.
Well, this is not
This is cozy.
weird at all.
Oh, it's very weird.
Yeah, and when you get there, there seems to have it's incredibly odd and like sort of patched together, but there are places to sit here, and like places to sort of hang on to areas. It's kind of like a makeshift little sitting area.
Alex, what the royal fuck are the Sabat smoking?
And sort of at the head of the truck area, you see what you recognize, Archbishop Montenegro. He's wearing his sort of tactical turtleneck, and he's shaved his sort of very native-looking hairstyle, and he says, "Welcome, thank you for meeting."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta say, you know how to invite people in style. I'm very impressed.
Yes, this isn't what I would call orthodox, but things have gone
it
kind of
works.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are fucked. So you want to get right on down to it?
Yeah,
Let's talk
please have a
business.
seat.
Let's do it.
So, you guys all take a seat.
Cadence isn't. She's
Okay.
standing. She's gonna hold on to one of those little hold-on things.
Noted.
Handrails, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
He kind of
The
AKA
hold on things.
Hold on.
he looks to all of you and says, "Let me just give you a brief rundown of what's been happening on my side of things for the past few weeks, and then we'll go from your side of things." So, Carl, who's a fucking moron, has gone from a useful idiot to a major fucking threat.
Mm-hmm.
This transition happened, as I am led to believe, after we found a sleeping Methuselah down south,
Mm-hmm.
based on information that was gifted to us from you, Madison.
Hmm?
Now, yes, Willow?
She just sort of like looks over at Madison like,
Now,
how?
normally, under normal circumstances, when we find an elder, a Methuselah, let's say, there are protocols. We
Sure.
don't just chow down.
That
But
would be
Carl is
very
a
foolish.
fucking idiot.
But Carl is a fucking idiot, and the resources that we generally call upon to deal with that situation aren't readily available anymore.
See,
And Carl is a fucking idiot.
I mean, it's part of his name.
I'm sensing a pattern.
Keep going.
By all means. This is the point where I would like to understand your side of this equation.
In what sense? Are you concerned that we may have facilitated this?
Well, you absolutely did facilitate it, Madison. We got the coordinates from you. I'm not saying you're responsible for all of it, but you're certainly responsible for part of it. So, like I said, walk me through it. How did this happen from your end?
The silence is overwhelming.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna level with you.
Please do.
There's a lot going on here that I and my coterie are also not aware of. Specifically, I think that my provision of that information to you might have been part of somebody else's plan, of which I was not a willing participant, if you follow my meaning.
I see.
So unfortunately, when it comes to telling you our side of things in terms of that information, not really much to be said.
So let me make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. You provided that information not of your will?
That is our belief.
You know that thing that Methuselahs can do, where anything? We are led to believe that for a moment that we've spent actually the last several weeks trying to figure out exactly what happened during. They had control over us. So it seems that we're all playing the parts they want us to play, and Coral is a fucking idiot.
He very much is. So,
Is he being punished for stepping out of line?
oh no, not technically.
Okay.
So he kind of rubs his temple and says, "We don't do things the same way you do things, or at least the Cam does things, or how you don't do things in the Anarch movement." Actually, it's actually probably more similar to the way you do things than the way the Cam does things. I'll give you that much credit.
That is almost certainly the case, yeah.
So he's seeing no consequences for not following a protocol you guys have agreed upon.
Understand that the edicts of an archbishop, or even a cardinal or a priestkey, are only so powerful as they can make them.
And with idiot Carl full of that good old Methuselah juice.
Indeed. I have at least half of my packs following him. See, he's not come out and challenged my authority in any normal way. There's been no monomacy.
He's undermining it.
Exactly.
First.
In ways that he shouldn't be able to.
Given that he's an idiot.
Simply put, he's not Carl anymore.
Nope, he's definitely not.
That we got as well.
I know my siren, that's not him.
So if you were compelled to do this one way or another, had you taken the Vaulderie, or have you yet to take the Vaulderie?
We have.
Had you then?
No.
It's one of the spurring incidents.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, that's
this
good.
Happened relatively quickly, or relatively soon after we had met you most recently, I believe. I mean, you can check when it happened, actually. I
certainly can. El Tiburon has been in contact through our means.
Yes, that is one of several things that...
He sort of leans back and considers and says... He looks up to Alex and says, "How confident are you that you are protected against this sort of thing now?" You're
mean,
their, as best I can give terminology to this, you're their priest.
I mean, I've conducted the Vauldery before, and it feels the same. Nothing feels different. But that said, we're talking about a fucking Methuselah here, so
Right.
I don't know. I've never gone up against something that powerful before.
I think we can agree that we're about as protected as one is going to get against the Methuselah's influence. Yes.
The Vauldery is
However,
powerful.
I suspect, as is often the way of these things, that we are also possibly acting on behalf of one or another Methuselah.
Well, that is sadly cannot be disproven. But you're right, as best you can be. If you are in the protection of the Vauldery, you're as protected as you can be. Cadence, I'd like you to roll Wits Awareness for me, please.
Okay.
Actually,
alrighty.
no, Resolve Awareness.
Resolve awareness. Alrighty. She's connecting some dots in her head right now too that I'm find so exciting. That is one too many hunger dice. Just a 1.
One success.
Yes.
So, out of the corner of your eye, and it quickly gains like the majority of your attention. You see from behind you, sort of coming out from some stacked pallets. You see something move, coming a little bit closer to you, and as you sort of turn, and your eyes are locked on it, you see it is a bobcat that has its throat torn open, and it's just sort of pacing its way, locking its eyes on you.
Okay. And she's just gonna stare at it and she's gonna be like, "You want some?"
What?
So when the rest of you go to see what she's looking at, you don't see anything.
No, Cadence, I don't think anyone's looking for a fight right now.
Do you not see this nasty ass looking cat? And she points to where it should be.
I don't think the Archbishop is particularly nasty.
Not the Archbishop, the fucking cat!
What?
Cadence, not now. Sit down.
Cadence,
You're talking.
The cat paces out a little bit closer, and then kind of does the cat turn around a couple times, and then like swishing its tail at you, kind of in a come hither fashion, starts to walk back into the darkness.
She's gonna turn the Archbishop. Is there anyone fucking else in this weird ass truck?
There are a few.
Okay, can any of them make people hallucinate things?
He kind of like puts his fucking, like, he rubs his temple a little bit. Yes, she demanded to come on this. I think she wants to talk to you.
Well, Cadence, why don't you go fucking split and,
Okay. All right.
Willow, do you want to stay here or go with her?
No, I'm here for this. I want to hear.
Okay.
Madison clearly says giving Willow an out.
Give me a second. If she screams, I'll go look at her. Or as a matter of fact, I'll give her 10 minutes and then I'll go find her.
I can take care of myself. Also, she looks at the Archbishop. I actually got ideas dealing with Methuselah possessed folks, but I gotta go talk to a person.
I'm eager
apparently.
to hear about it. I have ideas as well.
All right, cool. And then she turns around and she follows that imaginary cat.
Awesome. So, Cadence heads off, and he says, "So as I was saying, we don't have the wherewithal to simply order a death or give cease and desists.
Right.
However, the situation is becoming more and more unstable.
Yep.
And I don't think it would cause too much of a internal turmoil if a decision is made that Carl is no longer Carl, and whatever Carl is, he is not a member of the Sabbat.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is we fucking kill him.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, brother. Yes.
And I
This
do
is in my
mean
wheelhouse, finally.
we kill him.
Yes. Oh, right. Obviously.
Oh.
And we kill him soon, before he can build up more influence amongst my people.
Uh-huh.
I just can't tell you how much I am on board for this.
This is
Ordinarily, I am almost categorically opposed to lethal routes for solving problems, but I think this is one case in which there is no other route.
I am very glad that you are this pragmatic. This is... I've been doing some preliminary work on this, and he sort of pulls out a portfolio thing. Says, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
Just go ahead.
He pulls out. It looks like there's like some maps, there's photographs, and you were able to start going over the information he has on like where Carl hangs out in the south of the city and like the kind of forces he's been dealing. We'll get back to that. Cadence.
Yep.
You follow the cat
Mm-hmm.
back into sort of a sectioned off part of this flatbed area.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of has kind of like a door that separates it from one. When the cat gets to the door, it just sort of disappears.
Weird. And she opens the door.
And it's another one of those like weirdly situated but a lot smaller pseudo conversation pits that has been situated in the back. And you recognize Ileana, and there is another very dirty looking person. Can't really determine their gender because they look just utterly filthy and like pockmarked, and any kind of secondary sexual characteristics are just not apparent at all.
Mm-hmm. Ileana, is that the
Ravnos
the
that we had
Ravnos
the
lady?
amazing Lilith adventure with?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at her and the other person. He goes, "Oh, it's you again.
Hi.
Hi. And friend. Hi."
The person just kind of like coughs for like 30 seconds, and then like a chunk of like fleshy, bloody mass works its way up their throat, and eventually they cough it out. Hi.
You might want to see a doctor about that.
I'm dead.
Well, apologies. Ugh. So what am I here for?
Ileana just kind of like leans back on like this makeshift wooden chair thing. She says, I heard through the grapevine that there was going to be a meeting with you guys, and I wanted to, touch base, see you again.
Cool.
How you been?
Shitty. You?
Yeah, shitty.
Okay.
Fucking crazy ass Malkavian fucking upturning goddamn everything. It's not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. No, I figured.
Causing me to fucking have to get closer to motherfucker out there for my own protection.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was wondering, you seem like the type who would want to, like, stay away from central leadership?
Generally, yeah. But, fucked up times lead to fucked up alliances.
Yeah, so, small talk aside, what the actual fuck do you want? Because I am not in the mood for small talk.
I mean, I I wanted to see you again. You're super interesting for reasons that I'm not going to say again in front of Scabby here.
Well, okay.
Actually, now that you mention it, she turns over to Scabby. Says, Scabby, get the fuck out of here. And Scabby's like, what? She's like, get the fuck out of here. I don't want you here while I'm talking to her. Are you fucking kidding me?
I do not think she is.
She just like you're not sure what the dynamic is here, but Scabby like looks between the two of you very, very confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
And she's like, all right, it's your funeral. I heard this bitch was a fucking Cuisinart. She's like,
I'll promise I return her in one piece.
She's like, your fucking funeral. And she heads out. Sorry about politics. There's all sorts of fucking arrangements that you have to make.
That's fine. Who's your friend?
Oh, she's a fucking Templar, like watching my ass for my own protection. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, you got a babysitter.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it's like a babysitter that I don't have to listen to.
Okay.
Your babysitter's gonna come looking for you in a little bit, Cadence.
Okay, so seriously, like, is this just a social call? Like, is there something you want to know, something you want to check out?
She's like, no. I mean, so I heard through some of my connections that you were asking about some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know,
Yeah.
Hank. We talk.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid crossing the border again,
Oh, no, I hear you. That's understandable. But, like, if you want to know stuff, I'm all about teaching.
Okay, so do you have, like, a Cliff Notes or something? Because I think I should really be back discussing Crazy Malkavian.
Oh, yeah, actually I do. Actually, I kind of wanted to give you a gift.
Oh, great.
But it's kind of a gift that I can't just give you.
Is it on loan? Do I have to put up collateral?
No, nothing like that. I want to give it to you. But
Okay.
I can't just give it to you. I need you to do something for me.
Oh, of course. So what are you asking?
She's like, I need you to... She sort of stands up and walks up a little closer to you.
If you're going to ask me to choke you with the fucking claws again, please do not.
Yes.
Only if that's, your thing.
No, it is that is your thing apparently.
I don't know if you like it or not. Some people do. But anyway, no. Just the thing I need you to do for me. And she, like, situates herself on the floor in, like, a very specific way. And then she does, like, a back bend backwards that transitions into a headstand. So that, like, her ankles are, like, at your eye level. And she says, just hang on.
What the
Hey?
fuck?
And she grabs her ankles. She's so very confused.
So as soon as you grab her ankles, she, like, lifts up one of her hands and then punches downward on the floor. And apparently this part of the floor was just like a sheet of metal that collapses under the weight of her punch. And then, like, you can't help but, like, drop her by a foot as she goes down underneath the truck. And you just have her dangling there.
She's looking down. She's like, oh, this bitch is crazy.
And you just hear laughing coming up from the bottom. And, like, you just hear, like, little lower.
She lowers her just a tad bit.
Give me
like half an inch.
Give me a strength athletics, please.
Oh, God. This is... Oh, she has so many negative feelings about this right now. Big money, no whammies. Okay, that is.
Just
Oh,
stone
hey.
cold drop her ass.
No, that's actually a regular crit.
Awesome.
That's,
yeah, so you have
5 total.
perfect control of her in this position. Like you can without any sort of like loss of grip or loss of control lower her as gradually as you want, and eventually she just like you sense like you've got her where she wants to be, and you are utterly capable of holding on to her. And over the next couple of minutes, because she does this for a couple of minutes, her laughing, like you hear it sort of slide from laughing to screaming. But it never completely loses the quality of laughing. And eventually, Willow...
Bitch crazy.
The 10 minutes goes by.
Yeah, I go back like, Cadence.
And you come back and you see this happening.
You're killing her!
I am fucking not, she asked.
And then,
Which is
Wait,
crazy.
who is this?
And then
know.
you over the screaming and scream laughing, you hear like perfectly calmly, perfectly audibly in like your right ear. Oh, is that Willow? Up, please.
Just like what? And she yanks her up very unceremoniously, and sort of like flips her to the side because
It's you.
yeah, like I said, bitch is
And
crazy.
she, like, you see, she comes up and, like, she's lying down and, like, not really panting, but, like, clearly in the grips of, like, fear ecstasy.
Am
she
I
just sort of,
interrupting
like,
something?
Apparently.
She holds up her hands and you see that they've been worn down almost to the bone, and it's bloody.
You know what? I'm not even gonna ask. Tell me what you want to give me. I'll pick it up.
And she gets up and says like, "That was awesome. Thank you so much."
You're welcome. I feel dirty.
And she like holds up her fingers, like one to you, Cadence, and one to Willow. Waste not, want not.
Waste not, want not. What?
Like, and you can smell the blood coming off of her fingers.
I don't want to lick your gravelly hands, Ileana.
Okay. Hi, Willow.
Hi.
How you been?
Things have been pretty great.
Things have been all right. It's better now that you're here.
Oh, hold on. I feel validated. Let's hang out.
Sure, anytime.
Can you just give me the goddamn thing that you want to give me?
Sorry.
She like kind of like absent-mindedly looks back at you and says like, "God, don't." Whatever. She heads over to like a little stack of stuff and pulls out a small book that's clearly been like hand bound in a black like very high quality worked leather, and she says, "Here."
Thanks. She takes it and then puts it, in one of her pockets.
I want to see.
She says, "That is it's like one of those books that the Cam would totally kill you for."
And I bet
I want to see.
Not right now.
But like, it's the real shit.
Okay, thanks.
Like, we got together about maybe like 100 years ago and compiled as much as we could about her.
Oh.
So that might answer some of your questions.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks. I'm gonna leave now. And she grabs Willow by the elbow and just starts dragging her away.
What's in the book?
She's like,
Is this forbidden lore?
"Oh yeah, totally."
Willow, we are going now.
Super fucking forbidden.
Can I get a book?
It's like, I only have the one, but you can get my number.
She thinks.
Don't do it.
It's in the book. It's in the book.
It's in the book?
Yeah.
You put your number in the book?
I mean, yeah.
Bad girl.
You have no idea. Like, I imagine, like, Cadence, like, is trying to grab her.
Oh yeah, no, she's trying to drag her away. She's like, you guys are so gross.
Hey.
She doesn't say that, but she's thinking it.
So
True.
yeah, back in the front area, you guys have been sort of going over basically tactical information.
Hmm.
And he says, "We need to do this sooner rather than later."
Are you saying tonight sooner, or are you not quite that?
Not quite. I'm saying by the end, by a week's time.
I think we can agree on that. I think there are some other forces that I might be able to call on who can assist with this if we obfuscate the core point of alignment here between you and I.
I think that's very, very possible.
There are plenty of people who are not okay with a bastard like this running around, especially if that bastard is also an idiot.
You're describing my sire to a T. Bastard who is
Like I
also
said,
an idiot.
I don't think he's Carl anymore, but he is
Yeah.
still Carl in some ways.
You know, that actually brings to mind, is there some way that we can use that to our advantage?
I would be disappointed if you couldn't. I know I'm using it to my advantage because the fucker needs to die.
Right, but what I mean is there some way that we can tease
I think
Carl back up to the surface?
I think, Alex, you might have some insight regarding that. I know your sister is... Alex, I'm going to ask you a question, and I would really appreciate as honest an answer as you possibly can give me.
Then I will give you as honest an answer as I possibly can give you.
Do you think your sister is under his sway? 'Cause she
No.
spends a lot of time with him.
I don't think she's under his sway at all.
And you... I'm not asking you to tell me how you know that. But you know that, right?
Look, I will tell you this. I don't believe in the general mission statement of the Sword of Cain. I don't believe in a lot of your ideology, as evidenced by the fact that I escaped. But I believe in your competence. And so long as I continue to believe in the competence of the Sword of Cain, I will say only that my sister is not under his sway.
Good. Then I think that we can hopefully rely on her when the time comes.
You think that's our point of leverage, of ingress, psychologically speaking?
Perhaps. I'm simply saying that she's with him more often than not.
Right.
And when it comes to manipulating him, I hope that she is an asset when the time comes.
Makes perfect sense.
And I hope that Alex will be able to coordinate with her in the way that Malkavians tend to do. It's about this time the two of you are fully back.
Cadence looks just like done.
I got her.
All right. Did you have fun?
I feel violated.
That's not in a fun way, though, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Like, is that we need to do something about this? Or...
That is like
No.
no, seriously, Ileana is fucking insane, and every time we fucking see her, it's like, you know what? No, nope, not gonna go there.
Okay.
But
Okay.
anyways,
Right.
so killing Carl, I got
Yeah,
ideas.
that's what I'm
Yeah, let's get back on the core topic of discussion here, yeah?
Murdering my sire, yes.
Yeah. So
Or the hollow shell of what was once him,
yeah.
which is
Either
probably
way.
more accurate.
Either way really is fine by me.
Okay. So because
He indicates to the stack of maps and photos and other things. We've been going over some details.
Okay.
I've heard good things about your prowess. I'd love to hear your opinion.
Okay, so what specifically more recently have you heard about things and things that I can do?
I heard that you can tear motherfuckers up.
Can
Okay.
confirm.
That is vague, but you know what? Everyone else fucking knows at this point.
It's accurate.
And she's gonna look at Madison, then she's gonna like look down at her hand, and she's gonna look at Madison, she's gonna shrug, and she's gonna be like, eh?
He looks a little confused.
Go ahead.
So we don't know much about whatever this is, but we do know that it possesses some sort of property that can sever entrancement and control in some way or another.
And Cadence is here's rouse check. That's a failure. Surprise, surprise.
Oh my god.
I mean, she's only at 2 now, so.
Oh right, you fed earlier. Never mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did feed earlier.
Everything's fine.
And she's just gonna hold her hand up in front of her face, pop her claws, and just be like, I got magic hands, apparently, or a magic hand.
He kind of like looks at it and says, impressive.
Yeah, no.
So I think this might actually potentially be a trump card.
Yeah, so, like, I actually, like, I think you'll like this. I actually, like, there was some sort of weird possession shit going on with one of the people in the cam, and I actually, like, straight up stopped it with these claws, like, stabbed her, and, like, the whole deal, like, whatever was possessing her was just, like, gone.
She severed the connection.
That's very interesting.
So if we can figure out the nature of that, then that gives us a fallback in case a key member of our plan is compromised, which I want to be realistic here, is quite likely that at least one of us will fall under this thing's sway in the course of a conflict with it. And
Almost definitely.
I think everyone should be mentally and psychologically prepared for that.
This is
Yeah.
one of the resources that I mentioned earlier that we don't have ready access to, but I have personal experience with.
Uh-huh.
I know there is a ritual that the Tremere possess. I believe it's called the Pavis of Fell Presence. We have vanishingly few Tremere anti-tribu. If you have any in your movement who might know this ritual, I think it would be very powerful. It can turn the well, let's just say, from what I've understood, they call it our ritual for the Ventrue.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes perfect sense. I think I actually know what you're talking about, at least indirectly.
If you have access to any warlocks, you might want to ask around, because I think something like that would be incredibly useful, given the abilities that Carl has been throwing around.
I can see what I can do. I have more than a little bit of sway, so I might be able to convince them to part either. I don't know if it creates. I guess I don't know the details of the ritual, but I'll find out from them.
It would be a powerful asset.
Yeah,
and he says,
I don't want to lose anybody in that way. Dying is one thing.
He sort of leans back and slams his fist against the back of the container. It says, unfortunately, my time is running out for my availability for this.
That's
so
fine.
We're going to have
I
to
think
drop
we got
it
a lot
off.
done.
I agree.
Can we have these? I point to the stack of papers.
He's like, by all means, I have copies.
Perfect.
Thank you.
The truck stops, and he goes and he stands up, and he undoes one of the sliding doors, and says, "You should be able to make your way back without too much trouble from here. But I wanted to point something out to you, to all of you." And he points out the open side panel, and where you're parked across the street from it is a gigantic man-made mountain of some sort. Like, it just is something that's covered entirely with sort of this blue-green tarp. And he says, if I find that you have lied to me or omitted something important in our discussions tonight, or should you betray what we have arranged here, I swear on my honor and on the name of the Dark Father, that is where I am going to crucify you and leave you for the dawn.
I do appreciate the detail, but you have nothing to worry about. That is not how we conduct business. I can't speak for the movement. That is not how we, and he gestures, fucking conduct business when there's a goddamn monster on the loose that threatens all of us.
You gotta come at it with a lighter hand, man. You gotta come out with a lighter hand.
No, I thought it was dope. I thought it was dope.
How? Yeah, fine. I thought it was lame, but whatever.
He says, get off my truck.
Right.
Have a wonderful evening.
So yeah, you guys are sort of on the side of this very kind of industrial-looking road. And as you get a better view of this, whatever this mountain is, you see that basically a sign that indicates that it's just basically a landfill.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Real place, by the way, down south of Atlanta. It's fucking weird.
All right.
It's pretty weird.
Dylan,
That's awesome.
you have it's the one by Safety Wolf, in case you don't.
Yep.
Oh, hey, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so you guys are sort of left alone on the side of this very empty industrial road.
Well, you guys want to head home, or do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
I could use a nap. Yeah.
So it's about 4 a.m. You guys maybe have an hour and change before the dawn comes.
You guys just want to...
I'm just gonna call a cab. Yeah.
Are you gonna go back to your place or what?
So Scott, I have actually purchased 3 Dots of Haven now.
Okay.
So do we want to say I've handled something in the background, or
Yeah.
do you want to?
You have a place. It's not fully kitted out yet, but it has.
But it's mine.
It's yours, and it has rudimentary facilities.
Yeah, I've actually got a replacement Haven lined up. So.
Okay, so I'll drop you off.
Okay.
Cool.
I've got no issue with that.
Yeah.
I'll go with Madison.
Okay.
Do you need to crash at my Haven?
You got a room?
If you don't mind the floor, yeah.
I don't mind at all. It's much better than the bevy of hunters that are certainly waiting at my apartment.
That does seem really probable, and I agree with your evaluation.
I'm very smart.
I will not.
So how about actually I will drop you off, Willow?
It's my van. You're getting dropped off.
Okay.
Damn.
Sorry, this thing was expensive.
Fair enough.
All
So
right.
she
So
definitely does drop him off.
one
Or
way
drop-
or another, about half an hour before the dawn comes, you guys are at the New Haven that Madison has arranged for, and we'll detail it out over the break, and
Sure.
and we'll come back to that. But yeah, so you guys have a couple minutes to sort of canoodle before Willow, you need to get on your way. So if you guys want to do any last minute role play.
Okay, so guys, I'm sorry. This is really like, she looks at Alex. She's like, that Ileana bitch is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like no shit.
Yeah. Very, very insane. Bananas.
Yeah, but no, like last time she asked me to choke her. This time I'm holding her out of the fucking truck so she can like get her rocks off while she's like scraping the skin off her hands on the pavement. Like,
Well, no, hold
what
on.
is wrong with her?
That's not crazy. That's just it's a matter of
Did
taste.
she tell you that she was gonna do that beforehand? Like, did you
No,
know?
she just said hold my ankles, and I'm like, sure. What is going on? And then she punches out the floor, and I don't know. That was not cool.
So there's some discussions that need to be had about consent, certainly, but I don't know that I would call it crazy, and just.
So I missed something.
Oh, Ileana and Cadence.
Our
had a
girlfriends.
little bit of fun.
No.
Yeah,
No.
They're girlfriends.
No.
I don't
They
know
started
about that.
dating recently, and it's actually I'm very proud. Of it.
Alex,
Are you
Yeah.
happy?
Alex, please.
Yeah.
Do not insinuate such things.
Oh,
Ooh.
Why is it
You hear
okay
that
for
sentence
everyone to
structure?
insinuate things about
I did. I was
me?
very proud. I was actually.
Because you actually
you
do
should be
sex
afraid.
things and I do not.
Oh yeah, I
No,
forgot.
you don't have to do sex things just because you're her girlfriends.
That's true.
Gee.
Can you-
Anyways, she
So-
did give me this book though, and she shows him she takes out the book and starts looking at it.
So, what you have, you sort of like look into the inside page of it, and there is a little piece of paper sort of tucked into it that does have a number on it.
She hands it to Willow. It's like I do not
and
care about
the,
this.
the first page of it is sort of it's all handwritten, and it says the Book of Three Cycles. And McKenna, what you have here is pretty much a replication of the Revelations of the Dark Mother.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
I will have to do some reading.
Yeah, but it is only the circle chapters. It is not the preface.
Okay. Sounds good.
So that is something you have available to you to read.
This is
Fantastic.
pretty cool, Cadence. Let me get her number out of the back of this.
No, you can keep it. I do not want it.
It's okay. I wouldn't actually party with her. That being said, she did respect it when I said I didn't want to do drugs with her. So, I mean, she did that right.
Great
That pretty
girl.
much makes her girlfriend material.
Yeah, I
think?
mean, I think so.
So anyway,
I'm
I think
taking-
someone's targeting people important to us, mortals.
Oh yeah, definitely happened to me too.
Okay.
Well-
Okay, like what happened?
Somebody very important to me was randomly mugged in their house by several people who were very skilled at hurting people without killing them.
And it was someone very important to me who was doing a show that night. That it turns out the brothers were there.
Well, aren't they at
Okay.
everything?
So check on the people important to you is what I'm saying.
I do regularly.
Good.
Good.
Now,
Um,
Cadence, you did have a conversation with Trayvon.
Yeah,
About
I'm
that.
thinking. Yeah, no, I'm like she's thinking. She's like, that's when. Hey, Madison. When did your thing happen?
I got calls about it overnight. He's in the hospital and may or may not make it.
Okay, I can look into that for you.
It was also in the documentation you sent me earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
sent me
sent-
some sort
oh.
of documentation.
Sorry, Cadence, your phone got exploded. I don't know if you got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten it anyway. But
Okay. Yeah. So I sort
Yeah.
of list off the names of the guys that got their shit mugged.
Mhm.
I was just like, yeah, that's what I found. It was like a police report on it. And so
Yeah. So
some
I'm
sort
gonna
of
be
like
doing-
veteran group and
I'm going to
Yeah.
be doing a deep dive on this, and I'm going to find out who's responsible for hurting my friend, and then they're going to have...
Okay, I might. Okay, so I was out the other night looking for folks, and I may have overheard something, but I need to double
Uh-huh.
check that.
uh-huh.
Okay.
What
Okay.
did
Yeah.
you hear?
What did you maybe overhear?
No. I don't want to hear it unless you're sure about it.
Fair.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't want anyone to...
Right, and we don't want to like get anything big started like 30 minutes before we're supposed to sleep. But I will look into this further for you. Okay.
Yeah, let me know what you hear.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find a place to bunk down.
yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
Willow is suspicious.
Willow has every right to be suspicious. Cadence is actually she's kind of like she's like
Willow will remember that.
she's definitely looking less confident in her answers than she normally does.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Willow will remember that.
So you guys definitely are beginning to feel like the beginnings of the tugs of the sun. So Willow, you probably are gonna bolt away. And yeah, the three of you find, like I said, it's rudimentary, but it's serviceable. The place that Madison has arranged. And where are you headed back to, Willow?
Back to my office.
Back to your office,
because
okay.
I imagine that I'm going to, as soon as I wake up, I'm going to work.
Gotcha.
Because I have those papers in my arms.
Indeed you do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Those sexy, sexy papers.
So is there anything that anyone wants to take care of before the sun turns you into a corpse?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
All right. So that is where we're going to end it for tonight. Thank you guys very much for playing. It was good to get the group back together. Yeah, so I think you might know what the end of the arc is going to be.
Hell yeah. Mass combat, like any good vampire game.
Yay!
A combat. Some combat. But yeah, so thank you guys for playing. This has been great. Thank you all for watching out there. If you're watching live on Twitch, just know that it's going to be a bit of a delay before this goes up on YouTube and podcast, because myself, McKenna, and Mo are going to be at the Night in Question this weekend.
Yeah.
Zero time for editing and
You guys are going to have a great time.
Hell yeah, you are.
I'm super, super looking forward to it. But in the meantime, does anyone have anything they'd like to plug?
I got nothing.
I got something.
Do it.
Hey, so we have officially started down the process of kickstarting, and we will be kickstarting on Valentine's Day 2020 for the Midnight World, which is our take on existential horror with a focus on respectfully and accurately depicting mental health. So you can find us on Facebook. Just Facebook search The Midnight World. And there you go.
Cool.
That's us.
And links to that will be absolutely in the notes when the show goes up. McKenna, Mo, anything you guys want to plug?
No. I have nothing going on.
Oh.
Nothing at the moment for me either.
Great.
But we'll see what happens in the coming weeks.
Absolutely. So yeah, so definitely, if you are watching and going to the Night in Question, we look forward to seeing you. But I would like to take this opportunity to thank my patrons who keep the show going, particularly Mr. James Davey, Miss Mo Ferrer, Mr. Michael Tyson, Mr. David Haddad, and Mr. Eric Ramos. They are my $5 patrons, and thus I love them. But
so easy to buy your love.
oh man, it's so easy. Slowly building up the nest egg to improve the studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios. You can also subscribe to the Twitch channel, or just throw us bits in the chat. That's fine too.